Welcome to the Know, I'm Ashley Jenkins. We were off for Memorial Day, so what better than a roundup to catch on everything you missed? With all these rumors of Xbox Scorpio getting an official unveiling at E3, we're also getting some more evidence that Microsoft may be trying their hand at VR with the new console. Over the weekend, Ars Technica reported that a major European developer confirmed they're working on a VR title in a long-running franchise. That doesn't mean it's one of your tried and true Microsoft exclusives, however, as the game is also going to be released on PC and PS4, so well, probably not. However, the source did note that an Xbox One version is also on the way. In addition to that, the official E3 website added a new listing for Xbox One virtual reality, with 4 developers signing up as part of the program. Now, none of that is official confirmation of Xbox VR, but considering that sources say that Microsoft wanted Scorpio to target Oculus Rift's benchmarks, it certainly makes it more likely. We'll just have to wait and see what Microsoft has to say for themselves at E3. It's like 2 weeks away now. And like a day. It's not very long anyway. It only took a couple of decades for console gamers to get the same kinds of mods that PC gamers get, but who's counting? Fallout 4 mods are live today for Xbox One, which should give you plenty more to do in the Commonwealth, especially now that Valhalla is out. As for how it works, players can browse mods on Bethesda.net from within Fallout 4 and can download to their heart's content. When playing a new mod, the game will automatically create a new save for you, just in case things go cockeyed, the way you can always revert your original save, because let's face it, it's a mod. They'll probably go cockeyed. There are also, of course, a couple of caveats for console gamers. Players are limited to mods under 2 gigabytes in size, which will hamper their selection just a little bit, especially once really ambitious mods get underway. So get downloading new underwear, dong guns, whatever else tickles your Fallout fancy. You PlayStation 4 users, though, gotta wait till June. But June starts like tomorrow, so that's not too bad, right? While some console gamers are getting brand new features, others are losing them. Word's been buzzing around the internet lately about Gran Turismo Sport and what that game won't have when it launches later this year. In addition to ditching dynamic weather and time changes, it seems Gran Turismo Sport may also be ditching an offline career mode. Both of those things are staples of the series, so well, that's cool. While the weather and time changes were confirmed by series director Kazunori Yamauchi, the offline career mode is mostly speculation by astute hardcore Gran Turismo fans who've taken apart slides about the game's campaign. When studying the slides, they noticed there was no mention in the campaign menu listing for an offline career mode. Polyphony has gone out of its way not to call this a full GT experience, but this is something that could be a little bit concerning maybe for longtime series fans. As for other games that will be making important exclusions, Payday 2 is going to be leaving its controversial microtransactions behind. This welcome news comes with a bevy of updates about the game, as Overkill and Starbreeze released a new video this weekend explaining that Starbreeze has reacquired the rights to the franchise back from 505 Games. The partnership with 505 first allowed Starbreeze and Overkill to get the game published, plus fund of the console versions, so that's all good. Franchise rights are coming back to the studios for a price tag of $30 million. That's actually a lot of microtransactions, or a couple of whales. Following all this celebration, Starbreeze quietly mentioned that Payday 3 is in development as well. Hopefully they've learned their lesson after some of the more disastrous changes made to Payday 2, but it's good that they're restoring things to the way they were. Let's go back to the good old days with those kids not being on our lawns. As for Payday 2, they also said they'll be supporting the game for at least 18 more months with new content. They've actually been doing a really good job with that. Speaking of leaving things in the past, there's speculation on the internet that the new Batman Return to Arkham HD remastered games might actually look worse on current-gen consoles than they did last generation. It's weird, I know, but the idea has been getting a lot of traction after a video released by YouTube user SLC Moth compared some troubling shots between the old and new versions of Batman Arkham Asylum and Batman Arkham City. The models for Hugo Strange and Batman are the chief victims of the update, according to SLC Moth. He also highlights some of the atmospheric changes made to the first game, which for some fans are a downgrade to the newer version. The Return to Arkham remasters are, of course, built in Unreal Engine 4, so stands to reason that overall the games will probably look better. Hopefully the trailer just featured early renders for a few characters, but we'll know for ourselves when the games themselves hit shelves on July 26th. But the internet's not the only one doing just a little bit of talk trashing about The Dark Knight. Batman vs. Superman's Jeremy Irons has entered the fray, throwing just a tiny bit of shade towards the recent movie. You know it's not gotta be bad when even Alfred's talking shit. Speaking with the Daily Mail about Batman vs. Superman, Irons said that the movie deserved the flack it got from critics and fans, stating, "It was sort of overstuffed. It was very muddled. I think the next one will be simpler. The script is certainly a lot smaller. It's more linear." This coming from the guy that was in Dungeons and Dragons. Considering all the recent shifts at Warner Brothers, including a number of producer shakeups and changes in responsibility for DC Chief Creative Officer Jeff Johns, maybe we can put our hope in this Justice League movie after all. Maybe it'll be the hero that we need. According to some recent headlines, Batman might have stood a better chance of catching Thomas and Martha Wayne's mugger if he'd had a Facebook account. This weekend, BGR reported that a man who was robbed in England by a serial mugger found his attacker via Facebook's People You May Know section. After the man called police to give them his mugger's name, they were able to link the accused to a huge number of crimes, including stealing a car and possession of a firearm, which is a much bigger deal in the UK than it is in America. In all, thanks to the amateur sleuthing or Facebook browsing or whatever, the robber got sentenced to a total of 17 years in prison. Maybe they'll let him make like a new mugshot for his Facebook profile while he's serving time so all of his friends know what he's up to. Could cell phones possibly be cancerous after all? Great, happy, cheery way to start the week, and that's what a controversial new study might be indicating. The huge study was conducted by the National Toxicology Program to try and find a link between cell phone use and cancer. A report on the study, which is not peer-reviewed and released ahead of schedule, shows that male rats exposed to cell phone radiation developed brain and heart tumors. Female rats, on the other hand, didn't, so suck it, dude, rats. I guess. Although the cancer rats did tend to live longer, which is kind of confusing, so maybe suck at lady rats without the cancer? Who knows? Now, a whole new debate about cell phone use and cancer has sprung up, with many calling the early findings of the report irresponsible reporting, as they did release early and haven't yet been rigorously taken apart by other scientists, which is what usually happens in cases like this. It is important to note here that individual studies can easily be wrong, and that these early findings need to be weighed with other studies, which will indicate the opposite. Or you can do what the rest of us do and just drown in your existential dread under a pile of selfies. In advance of the holiday weekend, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration released a press release warning tourists not to take selfies with seals, because apparently that's a thing that people try to do. They released this warning since it's currently seal pup season and mama seals don't take too kindly to people creeping in on their babies with selfie sticks. According to the NOAA, seals have powerful jaws and can leave a lasting impression. It's also extremely likely that mothers who see too many douchey people near their pups may abandon the pups altogether, and can you blame them? But hey, you got that selfie, right? So stay away from wild animals, people, in case you really needed to be told that by a stranger on the internet. It's a bad idea, especially the babies. The parents are never happy to see you. That does it for our Back to the Grind roundup, but we'll hit you up with another one on Thursday in addition to our regular news. So let us know what you think about Fallout 4 mods on console. Congratulations, by the way. GT Sport ditching career mode, Batman HD ditching graphics, anything else you want to talk about down in the comments. And for our future updates from all the corners of the internet, like this video and subscribe to the now. Back up. Okay. Maybe they'll make him Could cell phones be cancerous? They're definitely cancerous, but could they be cancerous? You're not playing for the bloopers. Who is that and where is that coming from? Shut up!